Okay, we're going to jump into, straight back into opening some crates here, see what we get. I'm going to record it just in case it's anything interesting. They do not want transmechanic. Really? No neutral here? I suppose there's only 20 of them in total. They probably won't give them away too quickly. Okay, let's see what we find in the Malevolence Crates. This is the best way to fill out an expansion, by the way. Just wait for play events for the first 3 events, and then when you come to the full hello, there's our first neutral. When you come to the full event crate for only 100 gold, it's the best value. You're going to get the most value of getting them. Nothing really new here for a Plainslord. It worked okay for me in event. I do like the card because I like chunky troops, but again, 10 energy, really hard to play. Really hard to play reliably. Hello, what's that? Epic. Oh yes, this guy is a bit fragile. Demoralized militia. That'll be good to play with. If I get an alpha. Hey, my first rotfly. Finally. That was really holding me back from making a chaos deck for a while. I tried going with Commander and what's his name, the Korbacks. But you know, being able to drop the flies really seems to be able to push. Having played against other Chaos Warlords, being able to push flies through and have them spiral out of control really seems to be able to swing a lot of games with the poison and all. So good we can summoning ritual. Already discussed now, summoning ritual is not the most exciting card for me. I really like, well, as I said, it will really come down to whether or not greater demons or even just non-lesser demons are included in the list. I thought I had 2 of those. Very good card. Still waiting for, I think I at least need the White Tiger Dao, the sword. I need the magic sword before I can make a very good deck for the Khan. But this is a good step. Really, I think White Scars are all about the 1-turn kill. Just out of nowhere, popping down all your fast troops, buffing their attack, and smacking face. And that's one way to do it. Yeah, close call. Oh, nice, Keshig. I really do want to make a good White Scars deck. I don't think I've got the cards to do it yet. As I said, after they were released, I got 1 good event in, and then had to miss out for the rest of the fortnight. But Keshig, yeah, that's a very important card, I think. I already had 1, now I've got 2. So I've got the full set, I can put them in my deck. Yep. Getting a lot of dupes, obviously, but... Oh, what a Revenants. 17. 3 more until we hit average for a legendary. That's the rules, apparently. Around about 20... A full set of flies. Nice. I should have probably looked into... Is that an update? It looks different from how I remember it being before, maybe. Might be new. Might be, because I remember, I do know that while I was away, the Blood Angels got some nice buffs. Should really have another look at them again. I am missing Sanguinius, but I don't know if the other guys are valuable now. Good, another fast unit. Come on, where's my legendary? we really want to see. Ah, disappointing. Disappointing. It's one we've already got. Ugh. And we'll reset. Damn. It was a roundabout on average. Around about 20 crates. Mass offering. Yeah, super impressed. I don't like hurting my own troops. It's really, that's why I never took the word bearers, even when they kind of became buffed a little. I don't like things that hurt my own troops. I'm not a sacrificing kind of player. They're my troops. I'm going to protect them. Same when I play RTSs, for example. Like when I play RTSs, I'm not a particularly high level player because I tend to go for a turtling strategy until my troops are perfect. I'm not committing them until I'm sure they're going to survive. And going with overwhelming firepower and technology, but of course that's not always the best way to do it. You want to kind of harass and so on first. So I'm not the best RTS player, even though I love RTS games. So I don't want my troops to get hurt, man. Like, you know, these poor guys, they're relying on me. Hey, finally a first plague bearer. And yeah, look, it's a whole lot less focused is what we're getting here. You know, obviously we're getting a whole bunch of duplicates and stuff. Where if we actually, did I have none of those before? And that's the second one I got today. Hey, that's what we're after. There we go. Primarch collection complete for this expansion. Still waiting on Russ. Still waiting on Russ this entire time. The only one missing, and I've got some ideas for playing with him, but I still haven't picked him up yet. Very disappointing. At this point, I'm going to have to wait for him to go on sale or something. But Sanguinius, great, great. Of course, Primarchs are the only thing you can't pick up in the store, except on very rare occasions. And so the big Sanguinius up in a crate is very lucky. Particularly an entire set crate. I mean, there's three factions and some neutrals I could have pulled legendaries from there. So to get the exact one I'm basically after, all the others can be bought in shop at some point or another. It's a matter of time. Sanguinius might be a matter of a long time. World Blood Day or something. So we filled out a bunch of sets. I think if we went to a collection now, we'd see we've got a bunch of I've filled out Planeswords now finished. Kind of stuff being finished. Can't wait for White Scarves to finally show up in shop. Demagogue. I discussed he might be alright. I think he's going to rely on how much value you can get out of him when he arrives on the board. Eli Janus. Yeah, he's too weak. Wasn't he 3 HP before? Did he get debuffed, did he? Sneak attack drop. Oh no, okay, he's changed. So now he comes with sneak attack as standard. But before I think it was sneak attack if he landed. Now he gets to stun the enemy warlord instead. Okay. Still, that 2 health, that's... Ugh. Anyone had any success playing him so far? Really haven't had enough time to play Blood Angels. Now I've got Sanguinius, now I'm kind of obliged to. Oh no, the second one of these. I think I do want to play as Calm. I think he's underpowered right now, but I like the theme. I want to make it work, but I think it's kind of going to kind of be like Kurz, I think, in that you'll need all his equipment to make him work. Whereas I might be able to use Chinza or the Tagutai. Maybe they might be able to take advantage of some of these good cards I'm getting. They can definitely pull off the one-turn kill strategy. Yeah, it's a good one for white scars, I think. Seekers. Oh yeah, those things are gross. That's disgusting. Even when using them, for a while there, I put together a Kabanda deck and had those two. You feel bad, man. You feel sorry for the enemy playing those things. 6 attack, fast. For only 6, I think that's better than the white scars have. Don't think any of their 6 attack, fast for 6 energy. And yes, you got to kill it. Way arcology. Really looking forward to playing with this one. I think we can get all kinds of memes going. Quick reaction. Yeah. Looking forward to some arcology memes. Let's get another one. Callbacks. Another one. Man, I'm having a good day today. Even the Sanguinius itself, that's enough. But I would like to get some arcologies and go and play some kind of deck which spams out all those troops. I want to test to see if arcology actually does what I think it does and make it 2 troops a turn basically. Cathedral of the Mark. Okay, alright. Not the legendary I was hoping for. It was around about on average, so can't complain about that at least. Yeah. Didn't really get no acolytes until now. Yeah, not what I was hoping for, but at least it's new. At least it's a unique one. I haven't got a duplicate. Got the one duplicate already, but since then I've been pretty happy. Chinsar again, it's trying to tell me something. I do like Chinsar, but that's only my experience in events so far, where he was really fun to play with. Besides, I like to talk like Chinsar. That's not true, but the accent's kind of funny. Imagine big buff Mongolian warlord. What's a Mongolian metal band? Let me go look them up again. Put some of their music on while I'm deck building for him. Get in the mood. In the mood for riding across the steppes. Crimson Spectre, okay, alright. I think maybe Blood Angels are our next one. Just got Sanguinius and the Crimson Spectre. We're happy about this. And we're doing pretty well in terms of not getting duplicate cards here. Yeah. We're hoping Khan gets a buff. I mean, as I said, I think it can work. He seems like he could be quite strong. I think right now he's let down by the fact that his reckoning only ticks down if you have no troops at the end of your turn. If it's the beginning of your turn, then everything works a lot better because you can put down a troop as a threat to the enemy, and then they choose either do I let the troop survive and therefore deny him a point off his reckoning, or do I kill it because I never bothered buying it and you show up in a crate eventually. Do I kill it and prevent it being a threat next turn? Because white scars can just throw damage out of nowhere really fast, so if I leave that thing alive it could be a threat. But because it's at end of turn, if you put down a troop during your turn, unless you bounce it back to your hand immediately, or deck, as they can do, pardon me, is that Is that signed there? Oh no, it's just all kinds of chaos words or something. Chaos chance. If you put down a troop at all, you can't even put down a troop to give your enemy the option to try to play around the threat or play into the threat. Like, do they kill it and give you a reckoning point, or do they let it survive and risk you doing something like hitting them in the face with a bonus damage card? You know. So that hurts him, because the enemy have no threats to deal with. They can play their board as much as they want. They can do what they want, and then you have to respond to them, which seems like the kind of the opposite of how he should be playing, right? You know, he should be the one enemies are reacting to. They're trying to keep up with him. He's too fast for them. That, and he's going second, because he does go first, but unless you're playing a one-cost troop or one-cost... You don't want to play a one-cost troop, because then you're losing your reckoning point. If you're playing a one-cost tactic, basically either the Lexticatio or the Skilled Rider, you're not... nothing new here for a while. Unless you're playing those, there's nothing for you to do that turn anyway. You just... His ability might be just everyone starts with 2 less HP, right? And I always go last. He's got very slow and passive ability. Everyone starts with -2 HP. That's it. He doesn't go first. But it's actually worse than that. He's got everyone starts with -2 HP. I get 1 less card because he goes first. He doesn't get the initial card draw, right? The enemy gets their initial card draw, and he still goes second, basically, by the time he gets to his first, what we'd call real turn. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of, he's going first. It's kind of a debuff, unless he was to start with an extra card. I think he should. He shouldn't get the -1 HP, -1 energy for the first turn. I think it hurts him too much. It is 1 less energy. He's playing from behind. He's got 1 less card, and he's already reacting to you because he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play troops, so he has to react to the enemy's actions rather than the enemy reacting to his. Is that how he plays in lore? Yeah, it seems like it could be like he's reacting to them by being like he sees what they're doing and he's really fast to react and respond. Trouble typically doesn't play that way in game, does it? After the first few turns, the enemy threats start becoming worse than what he can deal with, unless he's got Skilled Rider, which I don't have yet. And even if he does have Skilled Rider, often I don't think he'll be able to afford the HP to just keep on using his face to deal with the enemy. As soon as they put down three health troops or something, he's got to spend tactic and then punch it. Yeah, I think you see where I'm going with this. I think it's just he doesn't have the advantages he needs. Yes, I think he would be too strong if he had no disadvantages, but I think he has not enough. I think his disadvantages are too much for what his advantages are. I think maybe if you're going to give him -1, start him with extra cards so he can respond more, or don't give him -1 energy if you're going to make him go second, essentially. Or just let him go first with his 2 energy. I mean, I don't think there's too much wrong with that, particularly if he's still responding to... he has to respond to threats rather than put them down himself. You know, if he wants to put these troops down, he's losing on his reckoning. So, I think that would be fair. 25, come on. Almost going to pity us here in a second. After such a good Sanguinius opening. Come on, what do we want? We want White Tiger Dao or Skilled Rider. That's neither of those things, but at least it's a new legendary. Man, we've apart from the very first one, we haven't hit any duplicates, have we? Yeah, there's four completely new cards, including a Primarch. We're in a good mood today. And looks like we're going to get another one with 2,000 gold. Not even looks like we are almost definitely getting another one. Let's see, we've got... No, not almost... Well, not definitely. Almost definitely. We would be... Maybe there a 3 crate chance of us not getting... If the pity timer goes all the way to the end. Doing alright though. There's some pretty good cards we've got. You know, it looks like we're getting so many common and rare duplicates now that I think we've got most of our deck filled out. Most of our collection, apart from the legendaries. Sadly, legendaries are part of what you build your deck's identity around. Let's see what we can come up with Blood Angels now that we've got Sanguinius and the Crimson Spectre. If we're really lucky, we might get 2 legendary. It's good. That's good. Definitely something you want for Blood Angels. The Fates have spoken. Ah, oh, disappointing. That was our first Blood Angels legendary. Good card, but yeah, you don't want a second copy, of course. Let's see. Let's see if we get another one. Still had a pretty good chance. I mean, there was only about 8, 9 crates before we opened one there, so on average, we're going to get another one, I think. If we hit the average. If we keep on rolling really well. Want some more White Scar stuff, though. White Scar is what I'm really lacking right now. Yeah, I think we're mostly maxed out on most things. Probably a few more epics to go, and a few, well, you know, Adoy legendaries. But the core of our three decks are mostly filled out, I think. We need another arcology. Definitely another arcology. That's what we're doing immediately after this. We're going into practice and throwing an arcology out to see, just to see if it does what we think it does. About 8 crates to go. Been a while since we haven't got a dupe. I think we might be running out of things that we can't dupe anymore. 3 to go. one to go. Need 3 more gold before we can get the last one. Oh, sorry, had the microphone off there. We have completed the Ruin Storm. That's really good. That's what we want to see. Quite lucky we got those 2 legendaries then. They slotted right in perfectly. So with that's completed. I think even the... Oh no, it's another War Master Deceit we need to finish the collection. That's the only card we've got left. Decent card though. Probably something we do want to try and pick up when we see it. You know, removal and card advantage. Alright, Dreadnought. The Dreadnought's pretty nice. Nice tough front line there, which also creates Blood Angels. It used to do something different, didn't it? Sure it did. Yeah, no, they used to have Requiem, I think, right? Crimson Spectre, that's also very nice. Yeah, he used to pump himself. With the Requiem. Now he just makes more cards for you. But it's okay. No, so big, strong front lines tend to be quite game-changing if they don't have removal. The whole strategy can change very quickly. Somehow none of these, but these are the only 3 cards we're missing. Yeah, no, even the other epics. It's just these epics are missing. That's a pretty good card. That can self-duplicate. These 2 really go around the drop pod strategy, and I think if we've got Sanguinius, we're not really going drop. We're going more Requiem and Blade strategy, right? He probably doesn't need to fit in that. I think we've got enough cards to make a Sanguinius deck. Maybe that's the next step. As for White Scars, disappointing. These are the ones I wanted the most. I was most interested in White Scars after seeing them play, and I think they don't quite hit the goal they're trying to achieve yet. I think they don't quite make that. Like, they obviously are going for a very far. They control the board, pop your troops back into your hand, into your deck, cycle around like cavalry archers riding around the plains, and then finally come in for a lethal blow at the end. They're not quite. I think they missed the mark a little bit on the design. I think there's a few things like Khan. There's something he needs, something he's missing. Either his reckoning needs to trigger relentlessly, beginning of turn, rather than the end. It forces you, rather than you being on the back foot deciding how to best manage it. It forces your enemy to think about how they're going to manage your reckoning a little bit more. So if I put down, play this guy and then put down some bikes or something to kill something he's put down the board, because that's the problem with him. You can't even use your bikes to kill off, to help control the board for you, because that means you're not dropping your reckoning fast enough. And it seems like his reckoning is quite important for how he plays with skilled rider and stuff. But if you put them down, then you don't get any reckoning points, and then later in the game you definitely want to have... Basically, if you don't get your reckoning off fast enough, the later turns it's really hard to get it off, because you're almost guaranteed to need a threat on the board to deal with what's coming at you. So if you don't get it down fast enough, later on there's no chance. and I think that's it. I think he needs to trigger, maybe increase its value a bit, but let him trigger it at the start of his turn instead of at the end. I think that helps him. After that, maybe he doesn't care so much about the one less energy, although I would balance that with a card, like free card at the beginning in the opening hand, because otherwise he is down 2 cards. He's just all kinds of bad. He's going last, but is also down a card. And yeah, I think he has potential to be very strong, and I think they were over cautious with him, which is maybe the right approach. Maybe now you can tweak him up a little bit, but we'll see. I can't wait to get his other equipment and be able to play around with them. But yeah, disappointing. These are the ones we wanted. Care less about him, and he's alright. It's a bit of a dewback thing, but not really in a Khan deck. Also, no Outriders yet. Oh, no wonder I haven't made him. That's right. I knew there was a reason I couldn't make a good deck yet with the White Scars. They're quite important for getting the final strike in with your speeders and the like. Oh. And yes, that's yep, that's also handy. But again, more of a Chinzar card than Khan. How are we going here? Yep. One more archaeology and this guy. That's the main thing I was interested in this expansion. No scrap code, but I don't care. I'm not probably going to play that card until we get to a tournament or something. War Room, that's a little bit strange. It's only a green. Didn't get any of them. And yeah, still missing Command Bridge, but I think we've got everything else here. Oh no 8-fold brands. Don't get to play around with that yet. I think that will also be important to build a Cygnus deck. We'll see what pops up in the shop in the next few days. And once I earn a bit more cash, I will at the very least get one more legendary, and I'm bound to get a few more epics in there too. So there you go. There's my crate opening and some thoughts about the current expansion. Now that's all out. Quite a well balanced one, considering some of the ones we've had before. Thousand Suns, looking at you, and yeah, to the point where Blood Angels and White Scars will need a bit of a buff, I think. Blood Angels got their buff. I'd love to see. I haven't had a chance to see that since I've been away. But looking to look into that. And the Demons, I'm not sure Korvax needed the buff the nerf they gave him. Maybe we could have played a bit differently with that. If I ever get on to talking about the Demons again, I'll look into that in a bit more depth. I think my next step is Blood Angels. Event, Blood Angels, and fan requested Mechanicum challenge. So until next time, everyone, I will see you next time. That's a bad send off. Until next time, I will see you next time. Cheerio.